Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good today. So here we have Apurva and we have Rohit here. Hey guys, unmute yourself and talk, and let's go on.
Hello, sir. So I will give you a small introduction to the session. My name is Rohit Pal, and I'm the Club Service Director of ACSES. And with me, I have Apurva. Apurva, please.
Hello, so I'm Apurva, Secretary at ACSES.
We welcome you all for
So
today's
Rohit will
session.
introduce you about the province.
Yeah. We welcome you all for today's session. Please invite all your friends as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we'll start our event. Our today's speaker is Mr. Praveen Kumar Purushothaman. He is an up-and-coming YouTuber. He completed his master's in cloud computing from University of Leicester. He is stalked by Microsoft and awarded the MVP awards, having more than a decade of experience in full stack development and much more. So, Apurva,
Okay, so already it is 5. So I would like to ask the sir to start the session immediately because all are waiting for your amazing webinar. So Praveen, can you start?
Sure. Okay. So what we are going to do now is today we will be looking into the concept of the full stack. What exactly is a good roadmap to take up, and finally, let's create a small. Like all my webinars are like workshops, right? So everything
yeah,
is practical workshops. So I was planning to like say, like let's do something in a small portfolio based way, and
yeah.
then that would be it. And apart from that, you all have a surprise, I guess. Rohit or Apurva have something in their mind after the webinar. What was it?
It was a Q&A session, and it involves a lot of questions. I hope you answer them as much as possible.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, the problem is I couldn't get through all the questions because there were like so many questions. But I'm happy to answer everything one by one, not leaving anything, including those you put it in the uh, live chat as well. So that's completely fine with me, and I'll be more than happy to answer everything. So starting from already there is a question, by the way. So Himanshu is asking like. What platform is being used for webinar? Obviously, it is YouTube.
Yeah,
So there you go. And
I
yeah,
think
so
he is curious about the template that we have right now.
hey, it was designed by Photoshop, man. I
Yes.
used Photoshop to design it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So apart from that, let's hey, we have like so many people. So hi everyone. So without further delay, I wanna get cracked on with the awesome intro about everything. Like we'll be learning a lot of things in this webinar. So let's go on. And the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So say bye bye to Apurva and Rohit. They will be back there. Their voices will be heard. Only thing is they won't be visible. That's it. Okay. So
Yeah.
just give us a few couple of seconds, and I'll get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, bear with me a few seconds.
Sure.
We have got some technical glitch. Just a few more seconds. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Now we are back. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen, right? So just give a quick confirmation so that I'll just quickly get to what exactly it is. And let's go on with this. So the first thing that I'm going to show you all is uh, what is the best. Before that, let's give a quick introduction to myself. So this is me. So if you go to praveen.science, you can find my website, and I'm a full stack developer. I've been working on full stack development since like more than 10 to 12 years, and that's my website. The main thing which I wanted to tell you all is the importance of having a portfolio. So the first thing that we will say is like we could have a quick introduction about ourselves, and then there is like a small gist of what all things that you've been doing, and what is your experience. Then go with your education, with your portfolio, like what all things that you have created so far. Just put it on, like even in a picture way, like opening it opens up nicely. Even that should be working out. And then finally, if you have a blog, that would also work. And I've got my own blog here. I write a lot about technical articles and something about my university life and all these things. And then finally, what people tell back behind about me. So that's about it. And then there is a quick form to like keep in touch with me. And people who are watching in YouTube, it would be nice to support me by clicking on the like and thumbs up button and sharing it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There are like loads and loads of things that is coming on. And without any further delay, already we have delayed a lot. So I just wanted to show this website. So we have like different ways of taking a full stack roadmap. So this website is dedicated to roadmaps, and this is called as roadmap.sh, which is one of the coolest website I have seen. It is community curated. At the same time, it also has almost the good parts about the full stack web development, how you can start your journey and what all things that you can do. Okay, so with that being said, we've got front end path, we've got a back end path, we've got React path. So I'm a React.js developer, and I can validate that whatever they have given here is really good. And finally, there is like DevOps. DevOps is something that is like once you are a developer, the next like next level, or like something that is parallel, is like managing the architecture, the servers, etc. So if you are interested in it, you can go for the DevOps part. And finally, we have like Android and PostgreSQL. In case if you are into mobile development, you can check out the Android thing if you want to be an Android developer in 2020 or 21. And if you want to be a PGSQL or a DBA, like a database administrator, there is also one path. We will be mainly looking into front end and back end along with React. So that's what we will be looking at in a quick stuff. And then for another 10 minutes, we'll be working on like how to create an attractive portfolio in very simple way using Bootstrap, which doesn't even look like it was using Bootstrap. So to that level, we'll be able to create a responsive, modern design for our own portfolio. So that is something which I wanted to tell. And and another thing is, if you are if you need any kind of a career advice or anything, you can just connect with me on my website. So I'll just put my website on the page as well, so you can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Everything is open, so feel free to connect with me and give me a quick nudge there. So that's possible. And finally, let's crack on. Let's go on with these things. And the next thing which I wanted to tell us, okay, so how many of you here are developers, like proper coming from the IT background and stuff? So put in your points. And then finally, we'll also look into a couple of things that helps us in working on, like let's start working on creating our own website using Git and GitHub. So how many of you know HTML and CSS basically, and how many of you know Git and GitHub? Please let me know on the comments. Okay, great. We have got a lot of responses. That is cool. Just give me 1 second. I'm also gonna switch to another thing which might be very interesting for you to share. Oh, something technically happened. Just give me a second. Looks like someone dropped off. Okay, no. Okay, so there are a couple of people who are saying like they are good with web development. That's cool. That's a good way. Good number of audience. We are also going to look into how to build our own website now, which is going to be interesting too. And okay, cool. Okay, let's directly start with a quick introduction about the full stack thing, and then we will go on with the web development workshop. Okay, how many of you are ready for the whole full stack thing, for learning what all things are there in the front end and everything? Okay, so the first thing, let's go with what exactly is there in sorry so what exactly is there in the development roadmaps. So here in this website, if we go for the front end part, a lot of people have seen like most common question for me is, do we need data structures and algorithm for being a front end developer or a full stack developer? My plain answer would be no, because I haven't got any chance, or like I haven't used it in my life in when I'm working with my full stack development. So, but indeed, however, what happens is the way you learn data structures and algorithm, that actually helps you in mold you as a good full stack developer, or when you're working with databases and other things. For the development work, it will be really helpful. It's going to give you a nice idea of like how you can write the code and how you can write optimized code, etc. So those kind of things are really helpful in that case. So that is one thing which I wanted to say. Along with it, we have other reasons as well. For example, every language has its own way of using like array manipulation or string manipulation, whichever you ask. So every single language has its own way of doing things. So in that way, it is going to help us a lot. So that's one thing. So finally, coming to our full stack web development, if you want to become a web developer, the first and foremost thing that you want to know is how internet works, and we can look into that here as well. So that is the basics. So what happens when you use DNS and how to work, what is a domain name, what is a hosting, that's completely the basic things. So out of here, I want to ask you, how many of you know what is a DNS and how DNS systems work? Please say DNS yes or something like that. So what do you all want to see how DNS works in an animated way? Say yes. Okay, we'll be looking into something that is super cool. Okay, so let's have a look at that. So I'm just going to find the particular thing which I want to share. Just give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So what is the full form of DNS? Anyone? And CDN. DNS and CDN. I'm just trying to get the best thing. So just give me a second. I'm unable to find the video that has the voice. Give me a few seconds. Let me try to get that particular thing. Okay, I've got it. Just gonna play the zone. Okay, I hope you will be able to hear the voice as well here. Just give me a second.
Computers and other devices use IP addresses to identify each other on the internet. As we can't always remember complicated numbers, we use words instead. The domain name system brings the two together to get you to your destination. This is how it works. All around us we see domain names. For example, the website of your favorite band. The site is stored somewhere on the internet. Let me explain how your PC finds it within milliseconds. The journey starts with typing in the website address. In words, of course, as you wouldn't have remembered IP 88.151.243.8. Your device will read the address backwards. It will start at the end with the root domain, in our case, .eu. Information on the root domains is stored in 13 different root servers located around the world. In reality, there are numerous more copies of each of these machines in different locations to make sure that whatever happens, the system will keep on working. A root server contains the information on the name servers for the different zones. In our case, it tells us where we can find the information on addresses ending with .eu. Again, for reasons of security, there are a number of these .eu name servers located around the world, so that if one is too busy or stops working, for example, due to an earthquake, the information would still be reachable elsewhere. The .eu name server knows where the information for the more than 3 million .eu addresses is stored, and will tell us where we can find flamingflamingos.eu. It will communicate this unique IP address. The IP address for the Flaming Flamingos website is now identified and sent to your computer. Now the download of the content can start. But remember, this whole process that makes it possible to connect your computer to the place where the website is stored happens in just a few milliseconds before it connects to the internet and starts downloading the information. In reality, a lot of information is stored along the road in the so-called cache memories, so information can be retrieved faster than having to return to the root every time.
So what do you think about that? How was it? So this is how the whole DNS services, DNS domain name system, etc. works. So we have a root name server and etc. So how many of you are students here? Do you know that you can get your own free domain and something around like 7.5 lakhs worth of goodies from GitHub? How many of you know that? How many of you have seen something called as GitHub Education? How many of you know about GitHub Education Pack? Please say yes. Okay, so for those people who have not seen GitHub Education Pack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick idea of what GitHub Education Pack and what all things are available with GitHub Education Pack. Okay, so this is the first thing which I'm going to tell you, which is going to be really helpful for most of the people. So let's go on with that. So if to go to GitHub Education Pack, you need to go to education.github.com, and here you will be asked with a couple of things, whether you are a you have a GitHub student developer pack, or you can also become a GitHub campus expert. GitHub campus experts are particular developers who are happy to create some kind of like a community kind of thing in your own schools and colleges. Like for example, Apurva and Rohit. Are you guys campus experts? Can you go ahead and apply for campus experts, Apurva and Rohit?
Sir, I didn't know about this particular that we can do such a thing. I've been a campus ambassador for GFG, but I was not aware that even GitHub has a campus advisor.
GitHub as a campus ambassador, you have Microsoft Students Learn program, and obviously GFG also has something. Apurva was about to say something. Go on. Okay, looks like we lost her. Okay, so yes, so this is also possible. So we can use this one, and with this education pack, let me show you what all things are possible in the education pack. You get like around 7.5 lakhs worth of goodies here. So I'll talk you through about a few things that might be really helpful for students. Okay, so the first thing is about uh, learning, which always we do. Okay, so I'm going to skip this learning part. We'll go with other things, the most popular offers. From starting from the most popular offers, let's go on these with these things. So the first thing is Canva is one of the Photoshop alternatives for the webs. So what Canva does is like really helpful. Like you will be able to um, design a lot of awesome things. Even the thing which you see here, right? Even this can be designed in maybe in a better way using Canva or something like that. I use Photoshop for this, but you can use Canva, and that is something like Photoshop online. The next thing is Namecheap. So I've got my own domain, right? So it's called praveen.science. So similar to it, if you want, you can also have your own domain for free, literally. So that's what Namecheap and name.com does. So if you see the domain part, you have got three things. Namecheap, you can get a .me domain. Like for example, if your name is Praveen.me, name.com gives you like literally a lot of domains. So you have like you can select from whatever domains that are available. So that's not a problem. And finally, you have got what do you call this? .tech domains. .tech domains provide you 1 year. All these three companies, they provide you 1 year worth of domains. So if you see normally in GoDaddy, for example, if I go to in.godaddy.com, I'm not sure whether it is going to show me in the local rupees. Yes. Okay. So it's going to say that com for 199 for the first year, which doesn't include all the GST and other things. But if you try to get it now, GoDaddy is doing something funny that if I say hello, how some stupid domain, so that I'm getting it accepted. So now it doesn't allow you to add it for just 1 year, just for the first year. Okay, so if I try to add this one, what's gonna happen is it's gonna ask you to pay 1,248 rupees, which I did not ask for. I was asking for like 199 rupees, right? So if I click on that 1 year, it's going to show 849 rupees. So this is kind of like cheating, right? So, but if you go here for name.com, you can buy any kind of domains for free for the first year. And the same way, you can get up to 3 domains, right? So name.com, you can purchase for the first year. After the second year, you can purchase something from the Namecheap, and .tech domains you can purchase on the third year. When you validate as a student in GitHub Education Pack, initially it will be giving you up to 2 years. And after 2 years, even then you are a student, you can just go to GitHub and validate yourself as a student and say that, yes, I'm still a student. And then you can extend for another 2 years. During that time, you can use the third domain service provider and be happy. So even if you're not student at that time, what you can do is, on the day one of you activating the student pack, you can register with say .tech domains. Then 1 year later, you can register with Namecheap, and then immediately 1 year later, just before your student pack gets expired, you can register with the third service. I mean, this is just a funny way of we people do, right? So so that's one thing. So this is about development, and there are like other areas of things here. So for example, if you want to learn something, you have a lot of things, and I especially like this front-end masters GitHub campus experts, which I already talked about. Then this Thinkful, let me disclose this one. So I'm also working for Thinkful. So I'm also a mentor for full stack web development. So Thinkful charges you like $3,250 per month for all their courses, but this one will give you for 1 month for free, and there are like loads and loads of things that you can do in Thinkful. So if you go to thinkful.com and look at what are all the courses, there are like so many courses here. So you can take up 1 or 2 courses from this, whether it is software engineering, UX, UI design, digital marketing. A lot of people like marketing. And one thing which I was telling a friend of mine is, let me actually show that slide which I kind of showed it to her in the morning. Give me a second. So I was showing this particular slide to my friend. I was saying like when I was taking a webinar, I'm not kidding. I was using these four areas are the exotic courses in demand in the UK and most probably in India as well. So machine learning, cloud computing, data science, and digital marketing. Digital marketing is one of the coolest topics here. So don't take it lightly. So if you are interested in digital marketing, you have like a huge future as well. So that's one thing which I wanted to say. So even digital marketing, there is like this. So it's going to be anyway free, right? So just go for it, take it up, and stuff like that. And yeah, as I told you, the for example, if you take the engineering immersion course or something like that, which is one of the perfect courses, so per month they are going to charge you like 3,520, but you're getting for free in the GitHub education pack. So that is something which I really like. And then we have got like other things like Gitpod, SymphonyCast, etc. SymphonyCast is for PHP, Laravel, and other things. They are giving like 3-month subscription, so that's going to give you a lot of things. And there are loads of other things. So if you go on to the mobile version, you have like a couple of things where you can build like look at this. There is also unlimited pro subscriptions for a few things that are available. Then if you go to the developer tools, that is where the main fun happens. So you get like free GitHub Pro for like 2 years. Then JetBrains is one of the leading company that creates a lot of IDEs and other things. And all these things are for free. Bootstrap Studio is like so the things that we are going to work mostly will be using Bootstrap. And you don't need to know Bootstrap to work with Bootstrap Studio. All you need to do is drag it and drop it, and you're done with that. So that's one thing. GitKraken is one of the professional suite of Git GUI, and it has almost all the features that you can expect from GitHub. So GitHub is on the web, GitKraken is on your desktop, which is super cool. And then finally, you have got other things like, testmail.app, Atom, it's already free. You have Replit. Replit will be giving you like, a hacker plan, which is going to give you a lot of unlimited private repositories where you can actually host your stuff. And there are like so many things are there. Travis CA, again, a professional thing for you, which you can give a private builds for all the private projects as well. And Browser Stack is one of the tools that people use to render the whole applications. In case if you don't have a mobile phone and you want to use WhatsApp, the first thing they use this Browser Stack, which was a crazy thing. It's like an alternative for mobile applications, so that you can do. Then you got like, I haven't seen anything better than those. Yeah, so there are like loads and loads of things are available here. And for people who are interested in security, which is also taking a lot of huge scenario right now. So you can use a lot of security and analysis tools if you are a developer and if you want to learn something new. And so that's about student developer pack. And this is the whole thing. Like, we saw only one thing, which is that Thinkful stuff. That alone is like 3,250 is like how much USD to INR? I guess it's around 2.5 lakhs. So yeah, it's around 2.5 lakhs. So only one thing alone is 2.5 lakhs. Like, look at the whole stuff. It is more than like 10 lakhs, I guess now. I guess they keep adding a lot of things here, which makes it really good. So that's one thing. And apart from that, you can also become in case if you are a teacher, I know like most of you are students. In case if there are any teachers are there here who are looking at the live stream, they have this teacher toolbox where you get like ultimately free things. Once you validate yourself as a teacher, you are working for a school and stuff like that. So loads and loads of opportunities are there in GitHub teacher toolbox as well. And finally, coming to the classroom, that is again something related to teaching stuff. Then campus advisors and campus programs. I really ask a lot of people to apply for this. There is a high chance that you might get, and then this is going to help you in building your professional profile as well. So let's say you are coming out of the let's say engineering degree, or you're completing the degree and you're looking for jobs. If you say that you are when you are in a student, you were a GitHub campus expert or GitHub campus advisor, or you are involved in GitHub campus program, then definitely your profile will stand out better than others. So that's something which I wanted to tell. And for people who are looking for some career advices and other things, I'm always available on LinkedIn. So please go ahead and send me a LinkedIn request. I'm going to send you my LinkedIn address here. So please connect with me. Just mention that you're coming from this webinar, as simple as that. So I'm happy to accept everyone's request, and let's learn, let's rock. It's completely fine with me. And apart from this, so that's exactly what I wanted to say about a lot of people have actually said domain name service, domain name system, content delivery network, all good, perfect. To whoever has actually answered it, everyone has answered correctly. Awesome, that's cool. And okay, so how many of you are in LinkedIn? Just go ahead, connect with me, send me a request saying that I come from this, like saw your thing on Techumen, and then give me a correction request. And if you want, just take a screenshot and put it over, tell everyone that this is happening, and bring your friends. Okay, now let's get into a practical stuff where we are going to build our own professional portfolio in a simple way. Okay, so that is the next thing that we are going to do. So how many of you are ready? Stay ready. So before that, I wanted to show you what my development environment looks like. So if you go to Google and search for Praveen Dev Environment, I'm just going to zoom in the screen as well so that you will be able to see everything clearly. So this is what you will be seeing. So it says my personal development environment. I'm just going to send you the link in YouTube too. So you can Google search for Praveen Dev Environment. Yeah, okay. So you will be able to see this page where I kind of like explain what exactly I'm using. So I'm on a Mac machine. So I'm currently on a Mac MacBook Pro 2015 model, and it's an old Mac, and it's really good. I would recommend people to use either Ubuntu or Mac for all the development purposes. For people who are not having a Mac with you, try to install Ubuntu in your Windows. I mean, people who are having a Windows machine, if you don't have a Linux system, try to install Ubuntu in like virtual machine or something like that. That will really help you. Like it is extremely fast. The naming problems will not come, which is more common when you are using JavaScript packages and other things. So I'm using Google Chrome. Google Chrome has a lot of extensions. I'm just using a couple of extensions, and this is really helpful for me. Then obviously Zoom is one of the platform which I use for talking to my parents as well as doing all these webinars and other things. And Git, if you want to go back in time with your source code, Git is the best place to go for it. And item too. This is my personal favorite in Mac OS, and there is like loads and loads of options available in this. OMZSH is one of the way you can what do you say, like design or something like that. Like you can design your console in such a way that it looks really nice. I haven't done much of these things, but a lot of people have done a lot of things with OMZSH. For example, if I go to a page where I've got my what do you call this? If there is a GitHub repository or something like that, I'm going to show you how that shows in the Finder. Just give me a second. So let's say I've got this Node.js Express API thing. And if I just open it, it immediately shows me that I'm in the master branch. There is not a, the master branch is also clean. So if I do a git status, I can see that it says the working tree is clean. So what I can do is, let's say if I create a file, so new file.md or something like that, it immediately shows me that the master branch is not clean. The current tree is not clean. If I do a git status again, I can see that the new file.md is there and it is untracked and all those things. If I modify any file, even then it shows the X mark. And one more thing, I use a lot of shortcuts because I'm a lazy person to the core. So if I do a git s, I can get all these things. All these git shortcuts are available here. Like I have got a complete page where I've got almost all the shortcuts given here. So from the start status or adding basic, all these things till writing the whole code, like everything is here. So have a quick look at that. And finally, I'm always using right now I'm more using Visual Studio Code for all the development purposes. Now let's go on and start working on our new portfolio. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. And I'll just close these things. Let's put this out. Okay, so let me quickly also explain what JSBin. JSBin is a awesome website where if I start typing something here, immediately I can see on the right side, I can see this thing coming up. So let's say if I'm using a H2, like a H1 tag, and then I have like a hello Techumen family, immediately I will be getting the output on the right side. That's not only for HTML, it's for also CSS and JavaScript. Say for example, for H1, I'm just trying like background color as say red, and then I'm giving a color as white, and then finally I'm giving like a body with a color like white again, or like maybe a slight blue. So immediately I will be able to get it on the right side. This is mainly used for not exactly complete development work, but it is very helpful in case if you are trying to debug something. So this is one thing which I recommend everyone to use it, and it is really helpful in this case. Okay, so just want to do a quick check here. Just give me a second. All right, so yep, that's done. And the next thing which I wanted to say is, let's go with the bootstrap based design right now. Okay, so the first thing which we will be looking at is let me look quickly on the questions if there are any. So any questions before we go into the live demo? Sorry, not live demo, it's like live workshop. So get your pencils and pen ready, or no, not exactly pencils and pen. Get your computers ready, and we can actually do it together. If you want to do it together, we can do it together. At the same time, we can also you can also watch this video later to see how things are done, but just make sure like let's have a look at how this thing works. Okay, so the first thing which I'm going to do is I'll close this one. There is something called as bootstrapcdn.com. Okay, so bootstrapcdn.com is a site which is a recommended CDN for Bootstrap, Font Awesome, Bootswatch, a lot of things. So the quick start will have the CSS file here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my jsbin.com. If you want your website to be responsive, make sure that you have this particular line in your system. Okay, so this is very much important, because if this is not there, your website will not be responsive. One thing which I wanted to ask you is the page clean, like you are able to see, read the code, etc. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with a link tag which is going to have the bootstrap CSS. The moment I put this becomes white, and all these default styles are removed. Okay, now there is a quick question for everyone here. So what I'm going to ask now is I'm going to show this is basically HTML and CSS, right? Let's stick only to HTML at this point, like right now. So what I'm going to ask you is I'm going to draw something. Okay, so this is my page. Okay, we have a header here. So for depicting headers, we use something called as header tag, and then we have a h1 tag, which is the heading one, and then inside that I write a text which is logo, and that is linked. Okay, so literally this one is H1 and there is a tag and then it has logo. So literally what has happened here is there is a header tag, and inside the header tag there is a H1 tag. Then inside the H1 tag there is a tag, and inside the A tag there is a text called logo. Okay, and then on the right side what I've got is I've got a nav tag. This is a navigation tag, and then inside the navigation tag I have a unordered list, and inside each unordered list there is a list item which says link 1, link 2, and link 3 and link 4. Okay, so this is the HTML structure that I have got. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the HTML structure for this whole thing. So this is only the left side. I'll just copy the left side part as well. Header H1 A. Inside the A there is logo. Then we have got nav tag, and inside the nav tag there is UL. There are like 4 list items, right? First list item, and then there is a which says link 1, and then this is actually here with link 2, link 3, and finally link 4. Can everyone say how long does it take for you to write just the HTML of it? So starting from the doc type till the HTML head, then writing all the CSS code. No, not writing any CSS code, just the title, then body tag, then header tag, H1 tag, A tag, nav tag, UL tag, 4 list item tags, and each list item will have A tags, and inside that link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. How long would you take to write the complete code? Please tell me. Please write your comments. I'm just gonna give like 1 minute, maximum 1 minute, to see how many different answers I'm getting. Okay, and then I'll show you a superb way of writing this one. Please specify your time in minutes or hours or whatever you want to say. Okay, a lot of people say, like, there are a couple of people who says 2 minutes, 3 minutes, quite a lot. That's nice. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for other people to answer. Let me give another one. Okay, Rohit says 20 minutes. So we have seen numbers from 2 minutes till 20 minutes. 20 minutes being the maximum now. Thanks, Rohit, for answering that. So the mean, median, mode, etc. If we see that a lot of people are saying 5 minutes, which is looking great. Okay. Right. Let me show you a way where you can do the same thing. And I want you all to look at the time. Okay. So make sure you take care of the time which I am taking to create the whole thing. Okay. So this is what I have done so far, right? So I completely remember I have got a header tag, H1 tag, a logo, then we have got these things, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all the drawings, and then I'm just going to close this one. Which one should I use? Should I use the browser based, the JS bin, or should I use a VS Code? Like, I'm just going to create a new window, and then I need to use this or this one. The choice is yours. So I'm just going to wait for another few seconds to tell me, should I use Visual Studio Code or should I use jsbin.com? Please let me know. I'm just going to take the top 5 people who, whatever they are answering, with that top 5, I'll just, okay. That's crazy. Everyone is saying VS Code then. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just go with VS Code then. Okay, so cool. That's a unanimous answer. So I'm just going to go to VS Code. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm setting my the syntax highlighter to something called HTML. Obviously, I'm writing a HTML document, so I'm just going to set the syntax to HTML. That's the first thing, and then I'll be starting to code. Okay, so keep looking at my time. I believe everyone is able to see the time here, or maybe you can take your time thing as well. I'll just tell you what exactly the time is, or I'll start at exactly 30. Okay, so HTML is the language that I want to set. This is the doc type this is going to give me, and then the document is test or like Techumen portfolio. And then inside the body, I said I want a header tag. Inside the header tag, I want a H1 tag. Inside the H1 tag, I want a A which says logo. And then out of the A, I have a nav tag. Inside the nav tag, I have a UL tag. I've got 4 list items, and inside each list item, I've got an A tag which has link 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. So it took me like how long? You say 24 seconds. What is the time I took for finishing the whole thing? What do you think? So what do you think about this way, working this way? I'm completely a lazy person. Okay. So, yeah, I hate looking at unformatted things. So I'm just going to format it as well. So it looks like this when you format it. So it took me like 24 seconds to write a properly indented code, and then with all these things, I wanted link 1, link 2, link 3, and link 4 as well. Everything is available now here, and cool. The same thing can be done using JSBin as well. So I have got JSBin open here. So what I said is like already I've got this one, so I'm not concentrating on that. So I start with header tag. Inside the header tag, I have a H1 tag. I have got a A tag. I'm writing logo inside that. Then I'm using nav tag. There is a UL tag, list item, 4 list items, A tag each, and then link 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, done. Again 24 seconds, I guess. So this style of writing is called as Emmet. What do you think? How is this? So it is called as Emmet. Emmet.io is where you can get the plugin, but all the plugins are already installed in your VS Code. If you download VS Code and start using it, everything is installed in it already. So you don't need to download anything extra on it. And secondly, the other thing is you also have JSBin and other similar services that provide you with this kind of a layout. You don't need to install anything. So literally for VS Code or JSBin, you don't need to install anything. And if you want to install, maybe you need to install in Sublime Text or other text editors. Sublime Text is really good, which I like. And this is the demo of how Emmet works. So all you need to do is you need to write a CSS like abbreviation, like what we just did. So this one has UL ID nav. Inside that there is LI with item, with a class name called item with a dollar. Dollar will, like, you know, make it run again and again, like 1, 2, 3, 4, how many times you have been doing. So inside that they have created a A tag, and then inside that they have written text which says item dollar. So dollar gets replaced again with 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can also go through these fields as well. So like what they have said here, if I go to my VS Code, in VS Code alone it works. So if I do something like this, and then if I close this and press enter, from this href I can go to the next href. So I can do the link 1 is like about, link 2 like or else about.html. Then we have like projects.html. Then we have got experience education.html. Finally contact.html. Okay, let's say we have got something like this. Okay, I will also show you a better way to do this. Okay, let's say we have projects about education contact. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these things, cut it, and then I go to this place. How many of you are using mouse like me? I always suggest you all to use mouse rather than using the touchpad or trackpad, because mouse has this middle button, right? So I can drag and drop the middle button, select all these things, about, projects, education, contact, done. Then I go here, paste it, .html. So this is called as multi-line selection, which is available in almost all the decent editors. Now I'm not saying about those indecent editors like Notepad++, which give you nothing literally. So any editor that you are looking at now, the ones which support the development purposes, they all have these things. Now, with that being said, now we have done this one. Not only that, it also helps you in doing something like this. So if I press enter, it's going to edit in every single line along with, let's say this is like this, right? I'm just going to copy this one, go to the end. But the only criteria for this is do not use your mouse. Okay. So I'm just putting a span tag, and inside that, go to about page, about, or like whichever page. Who wants to be lazy now? This is what I do mostly in my office as well. So I don't write the code completely. Instead, I use these shortcuts, and well, I complete the work on time. So that is very productive, right? So this is something which I wanted to tell everyone. So how many of you want to use this next time when you are like working on it? And how is it? How is this trick? This is not actually a trick. This is something which is recommended by a lot of industry people, and this is something which is really helpful as well. So as a developer, if you start using these things, it will be easier for you to work on too. So that's one of the reason. And coming back to other people like Suyash, you can do it in fast pace. We know some of these tricks. Okay, great. So as much as possible, I have done the fast paced tricks, and I guess I have done to an extent in a better way, I guess. Okay, cool. So other than this, so next thing which I wanted to ask is like, this is something which I wanted to do this. And Rohit, what do you think? Should we go ahead and go for the discussion now, or should I do some kind of like a simple portfolio and then we should go for a discussion? What do you think? I've got, the reason why I said this is I've got a couple of videos already I have taken on creating your own first time portfolio or something like that, which is available in my YouTube thing as well. So if I can say, like, I can actually give the playlist link as well. So for example, if you want to do your first you want to do your first portfolio, so you can use here. There are like a lot of videos I have done on how to create your first time portfolio. And every time when I do this, it is going to be a better one. So the first video, if you see, it's going to be very bad. Second video, it's going to be really good. Third video, it's going to be more better than that. So it's going to go that way. So shall we come back like with all three of us in the screen, and then let's talk about the questions? And because it's already running late, right? So already it's 12:28 here, which is supposed to be like, we are supposed to stop here, but I can go ahead and we can go on. Say, so we are back in the screen. We three are back in the screen. So shall we take up the questions now? A lot of questions have come. A lot of questions are really interesting, so we can go for them. You both are like muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Let's move on to the questions here.
Yes.
And so one more thing, some of the students also wanted to know about the abroad studying. So if you can tell in brief about how you did it. So it would be
okay, definitely.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question to start with, really. So by the way, to know what I did first, so I did my bachelor's of engineering in computer science and engineering from a college in India, and then in Chennai. After 4 years of engineering, I got into the company that sounds with BCS, and worked for 3 years. I can't say the company name, so you guys guess it. Okay. So yeah, I worked there for around 3 years. After 3 years of working, I thought, okay, I've been a developer for all my life, and what if I can go for kind of like something more than a developer? I want to go like being a front-end engineer, front-end developer. The next thing is like full stack developer. So after full stack developer, you can become a architect. The whole thing, you can manage the cloud services. I'm so fascinated about those things. So but for those kind of things, I thought, okay, let me go for those ones. And I chose cloud computing from University of Leicester, which is one of the coolest universities. Now, I would say like it's really good. And the main reason why I chose University of Leicester in UK is, first thing, every single movie they say like America Maple, right? So which means the bridegroom is coming from America. So I kind of like stopped. Okay, no, I don't want to go to America anymore. I want to go something totally different. So after US, the next option is UK. And one thing which I heard is UK is completely English. And secondly, UK is one of the best places where you can get a good high quality education next to Germany. Obviously, the first choice, if it was Germany, I need to learn the language German. And moreover, at this stage, I don't want to learn a new language and start practicing and those kind of things. So I thought, okay, English is a good language. We all talk English, walk English, eat English, etc. So let's go on. Let me try going to there. And oh, by the way, I'm just sending a link which is about what is the how to get your career in UK. So I it's from my channel again. So this is one of the thing which I did like a couple of days ago. So the link is right there in the chat box. And any related queries, if you want to get into a work or like something like that, please feel free to talk to me over in LinkedIn. Send me a quick request saying like, hey, I want to work in UK. What next? I'll be able to guide you completely. Okay. So with that being said, so yes, that's one thing. And I came here to pursue my master's in cloud computing from University of Leicester. And back in those days in India, in Chennai, when I was studying, I got like 3 arrears, 3 backlogs. And after coming here, the entire education system was looking totally different. Like you don't need to study or work so hard to understand the concepts. And moreover, you are allowed to talk to your professors. Like they don't say, shut up and sit down. That is so cool, right? Like in India, they used to say like, oh, you're questioning me, shut up and sit down, just mug these things up and sit down. That's what people used to say for me in my country, like sorry, back in my city, my college. But now everything has changed, right? Like during those school times it happened. We cannot blame the whole complete college for what a single person did, but looking at the whole area, like when I talk to a lot of friends in my batch or like even from your batch, people say that, yeah, when I try to talk to a professor or like a teacher, if I ask even a genuine question, they ask me to shut up and sit down, which is still happening even now. This is kind of like kind of depressing. Still the culture hasn't changed or like what. So that's one thing. But here what happened is, I really need to say about Professor Thomas. He was my pre-tutor, personal tutor and project supervisor. I actually wanted him to be my project supervisor. So I'm a PHP person. I don't know Java. That person, the professor, is a pure Java person. He's 81 years old and stuff, and he's still using like Vim and other things, and he's such an awesome person. So it was my next day. It was like what do you call this? The next day was I have to show my project milestone. I need to show that this is what I have done so far and this is what I need to do. And it was around like 1:45 a.m. in the midnight. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to screw up the whole thing. There is nothing else I can show to him. So I'm just going to write a quick email. Emails are unobtrusive, right? I don't want to call him and say in the midnight. So instead, I can just send him a quick email, let him see it whenever he is free. So I said, Professor, this is what I tried. This is what I wanted to show you tomorrow. But unfortunately, I'm not able to fix it and it's already midnight. I'll try once again, maybe 1 hour or max. I will try to wait and then try to fix it. If it is not going to work, I guess I will give up. But this is what I have done. This is what I wanted to show. And this is the complete details. I gave the complete details, whatever possible. And I continued working, trying to see what is working, doing all the different types, like doing all the different combinations to make it work, but nothing worked out. Within 10 minutes, like around 1:50 or 5 or like 2 a.m., I got an email reply from professor. I thought like, okay, just leave it, Praveen. It's okay. You can do it later. I won't reduce marks for this. That's what I was expecting. But surprisingly, that person who is a Java person, he doesn't know PHP. He looked upon all the manuals. He tried to find out what exactly I'm trying to do, and tried to look at the particular function manual references, etc. And then he said, like, Praveen, you did this line. So this line seems to be like logically wrong. This is not there in this particular language. It is there in another language, or maybe another version of the language. What you are doing doesn't work. So I just tried something similar, which kind of like gives you the expected results which you claim to show me today. I don't know PHP, but this is what I have come up with whatever you have sent me. Do you think this might help you? I was like, I was doing this for 6 hours. For the past 3 years, I've been learning this software and doing it. Within 5 minutes, that person solved the whole thing and gave me the answer. Is there any Indian professor or Indian teacher who does this for you?
That can be subjective depending on which professor we are talking about.
So this is my personal experience, which just happened. And if I can, I really want to build like a diamond statue for him right in front of the University of Leicester.
Yeah. So okay, so we'll move on to the next question, which is how do you view the current interview process, which is predominantly DSA based?
I would say pathetic. Sorry, Amazon. Sorry, FAANG companies. A lot of FAANG companies and almost all these companies, maybe that is the way, that is the norm. Because see, first thing, DS and algorithm is really important for a lot of reasons. Number one, I don't know how important it is for me because I failed in the subject. I'm not using it anywhere in my current job. But had I known DS and algorithms, I might have approached the problem in a different way. So how is our Indian engineering education system? So you learn completely everything, whether it is mechanical, whether it is civil, whether it is electrical, whichever stream that you have chosen. If you have chosen computer science, you would have learned all these things. You would have a lathe machinery lab where you will be cutting the carpentry things. At the same time, you will be welding things. You will also work with motors in the electrical engineering lab. As a computer science student, you will be doing all these things, right, in your first year of engineering. So in simple terms, for programming, I guess DSA is like that, or maybe that is the thought everyone has right now. Personally, I haven't used DSA much in my workplace, and maybe if I have known DSA better, I would have used it in a different way, or maybe I have already known DSA and I keep telling that I don't know DSA. So these are the different combinations that are possible, but that's about me. So I did look at some DSA questions, problems, and to be honest, I was not able to solve a lot. And I started solving recently. I started picking up these things. I thought, okay, why should I be a zero in that? So why not I try doing something on it? And I started this looking into this advent of code. Every single day I try to solve this thing, trying to come to the leaderboard. But even now, people are solving in 6 minutes. I solved it in 60 minutes. So that is the difference that others versus I have. So if you know DSA, maybe if I had known DSA, I maybe have been in the top leaderboards right now. So that is something which I wanted to tell the students, and that's one of the major things. So I don't know whether it is going to impact you directly, but it is going to give you a better idea of how things work and stuff like that. So that's it about this.
Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question. In your view, what will be the most trending field in tech industry after 10 years?
See, 10 years is a long time in tech industry. Even after 1 year, we don't know what is going to rock. Like this year when it started, I thought, okay, this is my gaming company. I'm going to be happy. Now I work for a bank. I'm more happier than that. But the funny part is we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. The pandemic has kind of like showed us what maximum is possible by they used to say in Tamil, porati podrathu. I don't know what is it in English, like tumble everything, put it in a mixer grinder and like do it and show it. Like that's what happened just like within like 6 months. 6 months ago, I was like going normally to the office, like March month. I said, okay, yeah, I don't think this particular job works out for me. I've got better jobs to do or something like that. I was in, I guess I will be able to, I would have said that way. But After March, look at the way the scenario. If I have done that, I would have been in the worst scenario, right? Like no jobs would have been there and stuff like that. So we can't. And one more thing, when it comes to tech, let's take my area of expertise. There is JavaScript, right? So JavaScript change is the only thing that doesn't change. JavaScript totally takes it, because whatever you learn today, tomorrow it becomes obsolete. To that level, the technology is rising so quick, and communities around it also rising so quick. For example, you have React. uh, First thing, Google's pre Google, there was this set of people who came up with something called as AngularJS. It was so good. Everything changed when AngularJS came. Then slightly slowly Facebook came, saying, hey, we have something called as this Atom. It's called React.js. We are mixing JavaScript and XML. It is called JSX. It is going to write something in a new way. People started adopting it. It Angular started go declining, and then Google wanted to do something more, and then Google split out of AngularJS and created something called as Angular 2. And then from then onwards, they started implementing the similar features which React had, and then React and Angular started fighting like anything. Then now, looking at all these things, there was this particular developer. He was so pissed off with all these things. Then he started something like, okay, I want all the good things from Angular. I want all the good things from React. Let me make Vue. Then Vue.js came in. Then there is this thing, this simple concept called as WebAssembly, WASM. And that is gaining a lot of popularity nowadays. If you want to create a game using C++, you can make it in C++ and port it to the web. You on your browser, if you type it like game.com, press enter, instead of img src, you can say game src or something like that, and then get this whole game experience which is written in C++ on your browser right in front of it. To that level, the technology is going on. And in this speed, if you ask me what is going to happen in 10 years, maybe I can give you two things. Like, it can be either as bad as like how it is right now, or slightly better, or as good as people don't talk to each other. They think and you will understand. Maybe it could become that way, because at the speed at which the technology is going on, I can clearly see that it is possible.
Okay. So next question. What is that one thing which we college students are kept hidden from, and we all need to know for our improvement?
A couple of things I would say. How many of you know how to earn money? That is what you're going to do, right? How many of you know how to approach companies, talk to people? Hey, leave all those things. In my college, they used to say, girls, boys, no talking. Tomorrow, there is a HR. 90% of the HRs are lady. Sorry, I'm not stereotyping. This is the fact. Okay. So people are, most of the people that you need to talk to or speak with or work closely with are the opposite gender. How are you going to survive? That is the first thing. Second thing, how many of you know the tax system in India? When do you pay tax? What is the corporation tax? How would you buy a house? Whether or not, whichever department you are in, whether you are in a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer or a computer science engineer, ultimately you are going to have your own home, or maybe your dad's home. After that, it's going to come to you, or something like that. So you would be earning something in your professional life. You need to pay taxes. I was not taught all these things, but I felt this could have been taught. And finally, how many of you know the Indian or the country where you are living in, the law? Like, what are your rights? I don't think everyone knows it. I'll say like 99% of people don't care about it. So these things need to be taught, or at least enforced, so that we know what our rights are. Like, for example, how many of you know that during the night times, a lady cannot be arrested, or a girl cannot be arrested? Anyone under the age of 18 cannot be arrested in any way. You cannot arrest them. Something like that. A lot of people do not know. I keep getting a lot of WhatsApp forwards, but we still need to check the genuinity. Stop propagating something that is not validated. Ask questions. These are the things that needs to be taught. So people will be saying like, send this to 10 groups. You have a light bulb that will, like, this color will glow, or something like that. and 90% of the people who forward it to me are developers. They did their computer science, BE computer science or something related to computer science. They can clearly understand that that will not do a damn thing. It's just for like fun, but still people keep forwarding it. And a simple Google search will give you whether the information is a fact or made up story. People don't do it. They just forward it. Because of that, there are a lot of people's lives that are lost. So that is something which can be avoided. So these are a couple of things that I would say, like, if these things are taught, or at least like thought before sending or reacting or acting, I should actually blame myself as well. Even I don't do a lot of things, but it would be nice if these things happen.
Yeah, okay. So moving on to next question. If decided to do masters abroad, how to get a scholarship?
First thing, I came to University of Leicester. The main reason why I chose University of Leicester is I'm scared of exams. Even now I have to write an exam to survive in this country, so I don't know how I'm gonna manage it. I'm scared of exams. What University of Leicester said that, show me your mark sheet, they said first thing. So I showed them my 12th standard mark sheet. They saw my English marks. They said, like, you don't need any IELTS or any kind of like English language requirements. We will waive it off. So this is first good thing. Second thing is, not only University of Leicester, almost a lot of British universities are providing with what do you call this, scholarships for Indian students, because Indo-British relation is so good.
Yeah.
So they are giving a lot of new things for, like, good things for Indian students. So if you are a student, if you want to come to the UK to study, please hit me on LinkedIn. I'm very happy, more than happy to guide you all. I also did a careers in UK, which I shared you just now, and that will also explain a couple of things about higher education in UK, how it is different from India. A lot of things are there. So to give you a quick thing, don't go through any consultants. Directly approach the universities. They will be able to guide you perfectly. That's a good way to do it as well. And if you are going to the university contact page and say that you are from India, there will be an Indian representative. Just give them a call. Calls are free, right? Like national calls, mobile calls are free, right? So just give them a call. Say that I'm interested in pursuing like masters in this particular technology in this university. So how can I go for any scholarship that is possible? And loans, I would really tell all the loan giving banks right now, UK is really good. People are getting jobs easily. Just damn approve your loans, please. They are not approving the loans if you are saying that you are going to go to UK. Go to US, go die. That's what people are saying. I don't know. I mean, like, hate is a wrong word, but still, I don't like to go to US. That's a different story. But I really want to go to US. That's another story, because a lot of my friends are there, but I'm still finding some kind of like, why should I go to US or something like that? Something is stopping me. Maybe after some time it might change. I don't know. Maybe the new year might give you a better change of the US.
Yeah. So the next question is, if passion, obsession other than work makes you excited, isn't it harmful for long run, as job will always be your responsibility? Like, for example, you are also a YouTuber. Basically, you are a developer and you are doing YouTube. So isn't it harmful for your long run as a job as developer?
This is one of the awesome questions. I really want to answer this. Okay. What do you think I'm doing at my office? So let's think this way. Rohit and Apurva, do you like playing games? What is your favorite game? Or what is the thing that you do favorite? Like, that is something which you want to do always.
Yeah, sometimes I read books. So I have a habit to read a book.
No, something that is like you are so addictive.
Maybe watching YouTube or something like that.
Okay, let's say you get a job in Google.
Okay.
But you need to watch a lot of YouTube videos to make sure like the things are correct or like something like that. Maybe it could be on your interest as well, or maybe random videos. You watch YouTube. That is your work from 9 to 5 or maybe 9 to 9. You keep watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
There is a other chance that you might get hatred about your own passion. That's a different story. But what if this is at this point of time, let's say eating ice creams is your passion, and if your work is like ice cream taster, So that's what I'm
Okay.
doing in my office. So try to see if you have a passion that is going to earn you money. So for me, whatever the YouTube things that I am doing, I'm not monetizing it. I have no plans of monetizing it. I don't want to bring in someone else ad inside my video or something like that and screw up your time. Your time is precious, which I respect, and that's the reason I'm not monetizing it. Because of you, if I want to earn, I don't want to earn by putting you in front, like, like that is not a, without me doing anything. I don't want others to work for me and get money out of it. So I always never want to do that. So my three aims in the life is: number one, free high quality education, tech education for everyone in India. Okay, I'm from India, so I'll just go partial towards India. So free high quality tech education in India, more
Okay.
women in tech in India, especially South India. So even in my community, my sister who is there in a village, they are not allowed to go even to Bangalore or Calcutta alone. I don't know when this culture will change. I really wish it changes soon. So that is the main reasons I'm striving hard to create YouTube content videos, not for me, but for others. And at the same time, when I do something like this, I learn a lot from people. Like there are like loads and loads of people who give me new ideas and other things which are really helpful for me. So it's like a selfish thing. It's a selfish game. I learn a lot. I get to meet a lot of people, which is what I love, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So try to make your passion your work as well, so that you don't go to work. You're just gonna go for a fun place and then you're getting paid for it. That's cool, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
sir, in your case, you're doing YouTube for free. So
Yeah.
isn't it what you said that you are getting money for what you love, but basically you're not earning from that source, right?
I'm
If
not doing
you
YouTube full time. I've got a bank job,
okay, okay, okay.
so that's paying me enough. And I don't have. I'm also telling everyone, like, right now I don't have a plan to switch as well. I really love my job right now, and I'm
Okay.
happy about it. So, um, but yeah, don't
Yeah, sure,
avoid
sir.
me, recruiters.
So the next question is, what are some of the best projects to kick off your development resume?
Something that you are proud of, whatever it is, even if it is a hello world project, just boldly put it. Okay, one thing which I wanted to say in this context: so if you are doing something for the first time, even after looking at this video or looking at this webinar, try to put it on LinkedIn. Take a quick screenshot of this whole thing, put it on LinkedIn, say that you are here, you learned something. That not only motivates me, that also motivates you. Then people will ask you, what did you learn? So you will say something you learned like this. So people definitely will ask, what did you learn? Show it to us. And then you can do something basic and then put it online. Let's say whether it is LinkedIn or Facebook. I presume LinkedIn will be a better choice in this case. So you put it on LinkedIn, and then people, there are like loads and loads of techies here, and the place you are going to work, those people, similar people might be there, and they will say like, hey, what is this so bad? Yuck. Ignore those comments, but take it seriously. And then there will be people who are really helpful. They will say like, hey, this looks like a brilliant attempt for the first time, but there are few things that you want to actually do. So first thing, what you have done is completely wrong here. The right way of doing things is like this. So this is the first way you have to do. This is the second way you have to do. Do this way, do that way, blah blah blah. So those kind of things they will be doing. And finally, when it comes to the final part, you will be saying like, say, hey, um, this one would be the perfect way to do things, and then you'll actually learn things by doing these things. So that is something which I would say. And to be honest, my website fetched me a couple of roles, and whichever company I'm working for, I haven't gone to the interview. Like, I did not apply for the interview, but they came to me. So make sure your identity looks in such a way that people come approaching you rather than you approaching the companies. This is what I would say.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So moving on to the next question. How is the development culture in the foreign companies different from the Indian MNCs? Like you told
First,
about the Indian education and foreign education, but what is the difference between the companies and the
uh,
culture?
the first thing which I would say is like, What exactly I should be saying about this? Um, there's a lot of things now. Okay, so let me get back. So the first thing which I wanted to say is micromanagement is not here. It's never here. And secondly, people really respect your thoughts. For example, it doesn't matter you are a junior person, you just joined the organization, even the CEO comes to you and asks your feedback on his performance. You have been just here for like 1 week, but he has been here for 1 decade. That's the quality that people do here. I have seen it personally. That's the reason I am saying. But there are other companies as well which are like bad, which is fine. And yeah, that's normal. Not fine, definitely not fine, that's normal. And what is happening back there, with a couple of friends of mine who were saying like my work culture is like toxic. Some people are like, uh, people say like there is so much racism in the UK and other places, right? No, it is mainly there in our place only. After seeing what exactly is the real definition of racism, there could be like, oh, there are like two employees here. One is a guy, one is a girl. The manager might be giving a preference to the guy, or maybe the manager might be treating the girl in a bad way. Those are also coming under racism only. So if that was not there, that would be good. But apart from this, let me not talk about the negatives, and let's go with the factual things. So with respect to the work ethics and work culture, what I would say is people here are extremely strict about timings. So you start at 9, you are supposed to get out of the office by 5. So you don't need to work more than that time. If you are seen working more than the allotted times, they will come and ask you, why are you working late? Here they are asking, why are you there? In India they are asking, why are you going so soon when you are going in the midnight? But here they will ask, why are you working 10 minutes late now? Like, why are you staying back? What is the reason? Number one, are you not efficient? Number two, are you doing something, leaving your family behind? Like, you are supposed to take the time to your family. Like, you need your personal time. So first thing is, you need to take care of yourself. Employee well-being, mental health, and workplace satisfaction is so huge here that they are like, ultimately they are respected here. So that is something which I really love. And with the workplace satisfaction, the mutual respect, everything is there here. So that's the only reason I'm like, okay, I want to be here and work here. Like, it's just the work culture. When I say something, people respect me. That's what I want, right? Like, when you try to call me, hey Praveen, I need to respond back. Without responding, if I'm like just ignoring, hey, get lost, someone is calling, that is kind of an insult to you, right? So that is not happening here, which I really like about this culture. And I told already a lot about the education system.
Exactly.
Shut up and sit down and night email.
Yeah, sure. So moving to the next question, what is the importance of communication skills in an interview? Now, this can be subjective in what interview we are talking about, but mostly we'll be preferring the software development engineering interview. So how important is the communication skill?
I have attended a couple of interviews. The one which I'm sitting right now, like the one which I'm currently working also, you know what happened when I was talking to the interviewer? By the way, the company which I'm working currently right now is an Indian company. We have like around like 80% of the personals are from India. The CEO is from India. The company is an Indian company. A couple of people know which company I'm talking about. And in the interview process, I was a bit kind of like curious about a couple of things. Then I guessed that the other person is from Tamil Nadu as well. I started talking in Tamil. Where are you from? Etc. Etc. They immediately responded. So had it been like a strict Indian interview, I would have been rejected outright there, right? See, what is communication? You are being professional. You are not being ill-mannered, or you are not insulting others, and then you are trying to communicate something that you have in your mind to your mind. That's it. Communication is just a medium. This is what I feel, and this is what the recruiters in India should also feel. Like, the interviews when it happens in India, the moment, because this personally happened to me after TCS. Okay, after my first company, if I the moment I went to another company for an interview, all I did was utter one single sentence in Tamil. I guess that was also for a quoting some incident that happened, because it was a HR interview. It was not even a technical interview. I got like 100% in technical interview. I stood like top 1 or 2 rank in the technical interview. HR interview, just because I uttered one line of sentence in Tamil, just to give that context, they said like I'm rejected because I was not professional. So what is the meaning of professionalism here? Subjective question. So no answer. So something needs to change. And I am pretty sure that everyone agrees with what needs to change and how it needs to change. So that's about it.
So the thing that you talked about right now, that is it common to only Indian companies, or is it common to almost all other?
The one that just I said right now was, it is mainly for the Indian companies in India.
Okay.
There are Indian companies here as well. At least they're not as bad as there. So again, I'm saying, like, I'm not saying every single company treats people like this. This is my personal experience, which happened back there, and it happened in 2013. And I'm not sure whether the company still behaves that way, or whether that particular HR is still there, or yeah. So there are like multiple things. So this happened to me in August 2013 in India, in Chennai, which is, I'm just quoting an incident, and this is one of the bad examples, and I don't want this thing to continue here, like people to do this way. That's
okay, so sir, I can ask a follow-up question to it. What is the financial perspective of this? Like earning a living or maybe doing a job in India, what is difference in the financial structure and the perspective that we get?
Definitely a huge. See, UK GBP is one of the strongest currencies, not the strongest, but one of the strongest, because we have Kuwait dinar, which is like 257 rupees today per dinar, but UK GBP is just 100 rupees per pound. And if you buy a milk from here, it is gonna cost you 43.4 rupees in Indian rupees right now, and I don't know how much is it in India. And at the same time, one Lay's chips packet, right, the 10 rupees chips packet will cost you 1 pound here, which is 100 rupees. So technically everything is 10 times what you see there. So back in my days, when I was working with GCS or BCS, I was earning like 20k maximum, I guess, when I was leaving the company. This is kind of like, I can say this outside. So 20,000 rupees per month. Now, kind of when I started my job here, I was earning 2 lakhs around per month. So which is kind of like 10 times. But the milk rate is like almost good, the same rate. Other rates are like 10 times higher. That's it.
Okay. The next question is, how do you start a startup, and do you consider your YouTube channel as one?
YouTube channel, I don't think I can consider it as a startup. So first thing, we need to know what is a clear definition, what a startup is. I don't know. So I'm not answering that. Second thing, have a clear vision, have a clear mission. So a vision is for what you want to envision in the couple of days. Like you ask the question, 10 years later, what do you want to happen? Like, what is the best? So 10 years later, how your company, like so-called company, should be there. That is your vision. And mission, what exactly you are achieving with this, and what are you trying to solve from this? So these are 2 things you need to answer. If you answer it, yes, you can have your own startup. Done.
Okay. Okay, so that.
And again, this is my own opinion. It's not something that is like stated or defined. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that would be it for the Q&A. We are short of time, and for
Yes.
all the participants, if they want to ask any further questions, you can contact with him on various social media platforms, on LinkedIn, and do subscribe his YouTube channel.
Thank you. Hit the like button and press the subscribe button.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for the session. I hope every one of them enjoyed the session. For any
Sure.
further doubts, if you want to contact him, you can. And
Please contact me. You have my website. It has my phone number also. So try. Good luck finding it. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll send my LinkedIn address once again. So don't forget to. I mean, it's easy for you to search me, and Thanks for all the feedback. And shall we just quickly look at all the questions that are there in the chat as well?
Yeah, sure, sure.
People are saying I'm back. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a good person. I like him as an idol, but yeah, okay. There's no inheritance tax in India. Okay, I'm not talking about inheritance tax. That's a totally different thing. Meenal, thank you so much. Respect plus for the points. I'm so happy. Tech talk plus future talk plus cool talk. Thanks, Saurabh. Let's dab. And vegetarian chicken. That's good name. Yeah, it's fire. Thanks, Aman Pandit and others like whoever has been putting the chat messages. In any case, if I have not answered anything, please feel free to ask me and share this video with everyone. If you can put a screenshot on LinkedIn, tag me. Let's make you famous. Let's make everyone else famous, and we all need to help each other. With that being said, we will all say bye bye.
So just a second, Apurva wants to say about our.
Hey, sorry. Go on, Apurva.
That we are arranging. So Apurva.
Yes. Okay, so hello guys. Basically, me and Rohit are from Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli. And we have our mega event of our departmental club ACSES as a Techumen. So we all know that during this pandemic, we all are switching towards the online mode on a virtual platform. Okay, so our whole event is designed in a virtual platform. So there are a lot of events for you guys. So I would like to give you some introduction about it. So we have a coding event called Core Combat and Code Tracer. Both the events are basically based on your programming skill, your algorithm and mathematical skills. So there is a difference between the Code Combat and Code Tracer. So Code Combat is basically of a rapid coding and as like a normal coding competition. It has the 2 rounds. Code Tracer is completely quite different. Instead of the regular programming, you are given with the input and output without any problem statement. So it is quite interesting. Those who are loving doing the programming. Okay. Again, moving towards the development part, we all have seen the whole session, and some of you guys like feeling like, yes, I need to do developing. So it is a good time to participate in this web clipper, which is our next event, and it is completely based on the web development. You need only just a basic knowledge about the HTML, CSS. It is enough for you to participate in it. Also, we have Elliptus, our non-technical event, where you can show your personality skills and go through some various rounds, test yourself, and make yourself comfortable and feel like you're doing something exciting in the pandemic. So these are the events, and I would like to share the link of our site. Go and visit our site. Yash will provide you the link in the chat box itself.
Apurva, would you like to send
just look at the event?
Apurva, would you like to send the link to me in WhatsApp? I'll send it over here so that it is highlighted.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go on, Apurva. Sorry for disturbing.
Rohit will send you. Yes, no problem. Rohit will send you on the WhatsApp. So
okay, sure.
You may visit our website for the more information, because due to the time, I'm not able to convey you all the details. On the site, you will get the whole thing very clearly. And also, I would like to say thank you, Praveen, for giving us your time,
thank you,
which is the precious one. And we are happy that you arranged it very clearly. And yes, it is successful.
To be honest, I did not prepare properly because you could see all the glitches that happened, and I'm absolutely sorry for the mess happened in the beginning of the stream because we took like 10 minutes away. So I'm really sorry about that. I respect everyone's time, but it happened this way. I'm really sorry.
No problem, but you have made it. So I would like to say thank you from our ACSES family and all the other audience. Thank you.
Hey, how many of you like another one, something similar in pure workshop way or something like that? How many of you would like to do something like that way? should we collaborate again and do something?
Yeah, actually, we have our one series like Techumen, ACSES Talk, in which we come up with the new talk, like a new person who is sharing his or her thoughts and do some such type of a webinar. We had started in July, so we would like to collaborate with you and would you like to see again. So we may proceed with this further. As it is, this webinar is like part of our pre-Techumen activity.
Go on, Apurva. What
For
happened?
the further such webinars, we would. So for further such webinars, yes, we would like to invite you as well.
Sir, I've mentioned the link below
Yeah.
in the chat section, so you can just highlight it by sending it again.
I don't think your link has come up. That's the reason I was asking you to send me on WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm definitely interested to
and
do
for the
more
audience-
things like this. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, for the audience, like share this video as much as possible. Those who are not able to see right now. Yeah, Praveen, you may proceed.
Yeah, go on. And don't worry. Actually, this website is also in the stream as well. So
Yeah, okay.
that's fine. It's there on the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that would be it from our side, Praveen. So
Cool. So then we can say a bye-bye. And for people who are interested for me to do another session, I'm always up. So there are like a couple of other sessions coming up. Tomorrow is Saturday, and be prepared for another one. So go ahead, subscribe, and hit on the notification as well, so that you will be notified if I post any new content. And I have a huge plan for the development stuff. So whoever wants to work in IT in the future, please, you will be like definitely mind blown with the next thing which I'm going to do. It's going to be the next big thing. So it's going to happen in a couple of days, and watch out for it. So with that being said, thanks a lot for ACSES team and
ACSES team.
ACSES team. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy about this doing it successful, even though there are a bit of glitch. We can understand that always mistakes happen with computer science people, and there you go. So yeah, by saying that, I'm just gonna put on a holding screen saying bye bye. So would you like to say bye to everyone?
bye.
Bye, everyone.